Naisip mo na ba kung bakit tila hindi umaasenso ang Pilipinas? Why do we remain trapped in the same cycle of problems? Our economy declining, crimes increasing, poverty deepening, and corruption spreading like an unending disease. Every election, we shout for change, yet nothing changes. Every leader promises a brighter tomorrow, yet we still wake up to the same darkness of struggle and disappointment. We live in a nation where countless issues continue to rise. Our economy struggles to grow, crime spread like wildfire, poverty steals the dreams of our youth, and corruption eats away at the very heart of our nation. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? Because no matter how loud we cry for progress, hope seems to fade little by little. Not because Filipinos are weak, not because we are incapable, but because we keep putting our trust in the wrong kind of leaders. When will we finally learn that true progress doesn't come from empty promises, but from choosing the right leaders? Leaders with compassion, intelligence, and integrity? Good day, everyone. As young citizens and future voters of this country, we hold in our hands the power to change the course of our nation's story. Yet too often, we treat elections like popularity contests, choosing leaders based on fame, influence, or mere charm. But leadership is not about who shouts the loudest or smiles the brightest. It is about who serves with the purest heart and the sharpest mind. We must open our eyes to the truth. Our future depends not on the loudest promises, but on the wisest choices. Politics is not just about power or position. It is about service, responsibility, and compassion. It is about leading with both heart and mind, not for wealth, not for fame, but for the genuine love of the Filipino people. And that, my fellow students, is why we must stand and speak for what is right. To choose leaders who embody compassion, intelligence, and integrity. For they are the true builders of a nation that deserves to rise. A true leader is not measured by how many medals they wear, how many titles they hold, or how loud they speak, but by how deeply they care. A compassionate leader listens to the cries of the people. They understand the struggles of the poor, the exhaustion of the workers, and the dreams of students like us who only wish for a better life and a brighter tomorrow. They are the kind of leaders who doesn't look down on their people from a throne, but walks with them through the storm. They don't ignore the tears of the hungry, nor turn a blind eye to those who suffer. Instead, they reach out, nakikinig, nakikialam at kumikilos. Compassion is not weakness, it is strength. It's what makes a leader human. Without compassion, leadership becomes empty, a show without purpose. We need leaders who govern with empathy, who make decisions not based on greed or pride, but on justice and mercy. Because only a compassionate heart can heal a wounded nation. Our country cannot move forward with leaders who only think about the present. We need those who can see beyond it. A true leader with intelligence is not just someone who is good at speaking, but someone who understands the realities of the people, the economy, and the world. They are thinkers and doers, may utak at malasakit. We need a leader who knows to balance emotion with logic, the one who studies the issues before acting, and who listens to expert and ordinary citizens alike. Intelligence means the ability to plan, to analyze, and to create solutions that actually work, not just those that sound good during campaign season. A wise leader is a visionary, someone who doesn't dream for themselves, but for the whole nation. Someone who says, "I will not rest until every Filipino child can study, every worker earns fairly, and every family lives with dignity." Now, I am not saying that we should not choose leaders who are qualified. Qualifications are given, but the fact remains that qualifications alone are not enough. What use is intelligence if it lacks compassion? What good is brilliance if it is used only for personal gain? A diploma can show education, but only action reveals true wisdom. That is why we must choose a leader who not only has the mind to lead, but also the heart to serve. Among all the qualities a leader can have, integrity is the most important, because it is the foundation of trust. A leader with integrity does not lie to the people, does not steal from the nation, and does not make promises they cannot keep. Integrity means honesty, transparency, and moral courage. The courage to do what's right even when it's not easy, and even when no one is watching. For too long, we have seen the ugly face of corruption. Leaders who rise to power only to forget the people who put them there. They speak of service but live in luxury. They promise change but repeat the same mistakes. How can we move forward if we keep electing those who betray our trust? A leader with integrity does not hide from accountability. They admit their mistakes, learn from them, and continue to serve with sincerity. Because leadership is not about perfection, it's about honesty, and a leader who cannot be trusted cannot truly lead. We, the youth, must learn to recognize this. We must open our eyes and understand that popularity fades, but character remains. We don't need a leader who looks good on posters. We need one who does good in action. We don't need a leader who knows how to lie beautifully. We need one who tells the truth bravely. My fellow students, as the youth of this nation, we are not just the hope of tomorrow. We are the voices of today. The choices we make, the leaders we support, and the values we stand for will shape the kind of Philippines we will inherit. But here's the truth. Silence is never neutral. I remember one of our SBO officers once said, the secretary, "If we are neutral and not becoming active on that matter, especially in times of injustice, then we have chosen the side of the oppressor." And that struck me deeply because it reminds us that staying silent when our country needs us most is the same as agreeing with what is wrong. If we truly love our nation, then we must speak, we must act, and we must choose wisely. It's not enough to hope for change. We must be brave enough to demand it. Let us choose leaders who have the compassion to understand, the intelligence to guide, and the integrity to do what is right. Leaders who do not seek power for themselves, but who serve for the people. Because leadership is not about control. It's about commitment. Not about popularity, but purpose. And if we, the youth, can start choosing leaders based not on their fame, but on their faithfulness, not on their words, but on their works, then maybe, just maybe, we will finally see a nation rise from the ashes of corruption, injustice, and greed. So let us awaken the spirit within us. Let's not be blinded by charm, nor silenced by fear. The power to change this nation is not only in the hands of those who lead, but also in the hearts of those who choose. As Nelson Mandela once said, "A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination." And that's the kind of leader we must choose. One who leads not with pride, but with purpose. Not with greed, but with grace. Because the Philippines doesn't need another powerful ruler. It needs a compassionate, wise, and honest leader. One who will rise for the people and with the people.